It's me here. It's been a while since I've done a video, and I decided to do a Blowgun video. Anyway, I've got some 50 cal darts laid out here before you. I've got some 625s that I'm going to review in a second. Let's start off with the most basic dart. It's just you'll hear these referred to as wire darts, and that's because that's what they are. They're just a thin wire dart. Got the regular yellow cone. These yellow cones will fit every wire style dart. So yeah, 40 cal wire darts and 50 cal wire darts. The wire part can be used in either size cone. So if you're if that helps anyone any, save your darts and save the pieces of darts if one bends or breaks. You can interchange the dart and the wire. This is a mini broadhead. It's just basically a wire dart that has had this part stamped flat. They're not super sharp, they're pointy. It'll bite into my skin if I don't even need to press that hard, but really doesn't do much for a wound channel for hunting. Whoops. Anyway, this is a plastic broadhead. This does do a lot more for the wound channel, but as far as target shooting goes, what'll happen is this will shoot into your foam target, you'll pull it on it, and you'll pull the head right off. So, just something you need to be aware of. Now let's move to the red darts, the red cone. The red cone will fit any one of these. Let's start off with the stun dart. These stun darts screw into the... I don't think I can unscrew it for you, but there's a self-tapping screw on the end of this, and you twist it on there. And once it's twisted on, it's on there pretty good. These are really good if you want to add a little bit more punch to your stun dart. They also drop it. You can hear it click. That's heavier than plastic. It'll do a lot of impact if you if you want to shoot at something that'll shatter. This might do it. I'm not sure, depending on what you're trying to break as a target. I know that'll break a clay pigeon if you shoot clay pigeons. This is a spike dart. This is my favorite 50 cal blowgun dart. Probably because it's short, it's small, and it's pointy. It's not so sharp that I can poke this pretty hard and it won't poke through my finger. But it's pointy enough that it'll stick. The biggest problem I have with these darts is you'll shoot, and it's got such a low short shaft, I guess, that the cone will pop off and I'll lose the cone. I've started gluing, like this one I glued on. That way I wouldn't lose the cone. Or I wouldn't lose either the cone or the dart. But those are my favorite 50 cal darts. Here's a super broadhead, or a super stinger, whatever you want to call it. It's basically one of those, just a little bit longer, and with a pointed head. These drop faster, they hit harder. This is the biggest dart, the production dart I've been able to find on 50 cals. Anyway, let's move on. Brush those off to the side. Now, I don't have all the latest and greatest cold steel darts for the 625, but I don't know, when I was really into blowguns 4 or 5 years ago, this was the hot setup. This was the latest and greatest, and still several of these darts are the latest and greatest. The Zytel, the bamboo dart, the mini broadhead. They're still excellent darts. I think they're starting to phase out the regular broadhead and their stun dart, bringing in something new. I'm gonna get some of those when I get a chance. But let's talk about their bamboo dart here. Long shaft. I'd say it's maybe a foot long, maybe a little bit less or more. It's a bamboo skewer. a really thin bamboo skewer. It's fairly pointy. You know, these are great because they're light, but even as light as this is, it'll keep up in power as some of these metal darts from the 50, because it's long and it's got a lot of weight, I guess impact weight when it hits something. Yeah, let's move on to the mini broadhead. The mini broadhead is great. It's essentially a super wire dart. You know, seeing its 50 caliber counterpart right there, it dwarfs it. It's considerably thicker. It's in another weight class entirely. This isn't a bad choice if you were to go hunting with blowguns. Any of these are not a bad choice if you choose to go hunting with a blowgun, because cold steel really, whatever they do to the max, you know. And yeah, some of the broadhead size varies from dart to dart, but you know, you just can't beat it no matter how you look at it. It's just a heavier duty dart. They're regular broadhead. This is not sharp. Oh, this one's actually bent a little bit. Sometimes that'll happen if you shoot them into hard targets. They'll bend. But the real advantage about this one is that ball on the front of it keeps the dart centered in the bore of the blowgun when you fire it. Whereas this one, it'll scrape along the wall of the blowgun. This one will stay pretty much centered all the way until it's out of the dart. It only goes in that far, but I have read reviews and articles on people like hunting frogs with this, and for a small animal all you need to do is go in about that far. You know, for frogs, you know, lizards, stuff like that. Another thing about this dart and this other dart is that they float. For the people who are who might be using these in a water area, these darts float. The stun dart also floats. It's pretty much essentially plastic. You know, it's basically one of these with the head taken off. People have put screws in the middle, like I know in their proof video, Cold Steel puts a screw in the middle to add more weight, hit with more power. They've replaced these. They've phased them out for something better, or it's supposedly better. But these are a lot of fun because you can't break it. There's nothing wrong with it. They're fairly safe. These are super accurate. I can shoot one of these through a hole maybe the size of a I don't know, size of a nickel. Well, this one's actually, sorry for all these like inconsistencies, like that one's bent, and then this one actually the cone is sanded down a little bit so it fit into a 50. I think you can barely see it. Some of these darts aren't mine. I have to share. So I borrowed a few of these. This Zytel is probably one of my favorites. Reason I like it is it's a plastic head, but it's a cruciform cross section. I'm not sure if you can see it. My hands are like the same color as the orange right here. I'm almost out of time. Anyway, you could see a little bit better right there. These will cut a wound channel every which way. The only thing I don't like about them, and it's kind of one of the things you have to kind of grin and bear it, is that the tips break off. They're not as sharp and pointy after a while. And you can't really shoot them into harder targets. Like sometimes I shoot my darts into wood, because that's what I have. But they get damaged. But anyway, I'll try and get a couple of the newer Cold Steel darts. Nothing's really new in the world of 50 cals and 40 cals, but Cold Steel always seems to be updating trying new things. Anyway, thanks for watching. More to come later.